Back to Unfiltered Media. Guys, today we got to talk about Aaron Rodgers because it's becoming more and more increasingly clear to me, and I think increasingly clear to everybody, that Aaron Rodgers' selfishness is what has kept the Packers from being kind of tipped over the edge into greatness, for the majority of the time that he's been there. And I think we've really started to see that this offseason. And I want to get into kind of how this offseason unfolded and sort of what I see the difference between Aaron Rodgers and somebody who is truly great, somebody who's willing to make the sacrifice, guys that, are at the absolute elite level like Tom Brady. Aaron Rodgers just is not on that level. It has nothing to do with his talent, but it has everything to do with his selfishness, with his mental makeup. Let's get into this video. So we've kind of seen, the Packers offseason sort of just devolve into chaos. Things have not gone well. First of all, Aaron Rodgers was not committal about whether he was going to come back to Green Bay, if he was going to stay, if he was going to go, maybe he was going to retire, maybe he was going to go to another team. We didn't know. The one thing that he did say and that he did go on the record about is he did say, look, I'm not going to try to be the highest paid quarterback in the league. I'm not asking for $50 million a year because people were, there was an early report that was what was happening. And people were like, well, look, man, you got to sign back Davante Adams. Like, he wants to be paid. Like, if you want to be the highest paid quarterback in the league, how are you going to bring that guy back? And he went on the record saying that wasn't going on. He wasn't asking for $50 million when it comes out that he in fact was. He was looking to be the highest paid quarterback in the league. He was looking to average, $50 million a year. Then this happens and suddenly, Davante Adams is traded and, the Packers are losing other top stars that are really, really important to the team. So, basically, as we've seen this offseason, not only did the Packers lose Davante Adams, but they also lost their star linebacker, Zadarius Smith. And so, if you're looking at Aaron Rodgers and you're thinking, okay, you're somebody who claims to want to win. You're somebody who claims to be one of the all-time greats, but you're not willing to do the things to put the talent around yourself. All you do is complain. You blame the coach. You blame your teammates. You blame the organization. And you say, why are you guys never surrounding me with enough talent? But you're not willing to sacrifice anything to make sure that, one, you can retain the talent that you have, or two, that you can build up even more talent. And more people are starting to open their eyes to this. And Colin Cowherd is saying, like, look, it's reported that Aaron Rodgers knew before he signed his contract that basically if he was going to sign his contract, Davante Adams was going to be out of there. And he did it anyway, full well knowing that his best receiver was not going to come back. And Colin Cowherd is saying, there's a problem with Aaron Rodgers and his personality, okay? Because he doesn't really make great relationships with his teammates. He doesn't connect with everybody, and he doesn't make everyone better. He's saying that, Rodgers and Davante Adams are tight on the field, but it's not the same as how Rodgers is with some other players that are in his inner circle. They're saying players like Randall Cobb or David Bakhtiari, they're kind of in Rodgers' inner circle, and he sort of embraces them in a way that he doesn't embrace any other players. And they're sort of, contrasting, how Aaron Rodgers approaches offseason and how he approaches, building up his team. It's very much Aaron Rodgers centered, right? He cares about himself. He cares about his own money, and he doesn't really care about the things going around him. He just wants to get his, and then he leaves it up all to the organization to get, to do everything for him. Whereas you look at Tom Brady, and whether when he was a Patriot or when he joined, the Tampa Bay Bucks, Tom Brady, he's calling, he's DMing, he's texting players, got Leonard Fournette to sign. He contacted Russell Gage. Russell Gage went on record saying that he thought he was getting pranked. He brought Gronk into town, Antonio Brown. We saw that he was reaching out to Julio Jones on Instagram, trying to recruit Julio to the Bucks. He's working out with Julian Edelman. He does everything that he can, whether it's restructuring his contract, taking a salary cut, making way below what he could make as the greatest of all time in order to ensure that his teammates can get a piece of the pie. trying to recruit players and tempt them to come there and getting them to sign on for more favorable contracts because they know that Brady himself is also willing to sacrifice, that he's also willing to do anything to win. And that kind of thing is contagious. But when you have the leader of your team just saying, hey, I want to get mine, I want to be the highest player, paid in the league, player paid in the league, and you don't care about anything else except your financials, that's going to also trickle down to your team, and they're going to feel the same way. Hey, if you don't care about anything but getting paid, then I want to get mine too. If you're Tom Brady and you're the greatest player of all time, and you're saying, you know what, for greatness, I'm willing to take a financial sacrifice. People around you are going to look up and say, you know what, if Tom can do it, why can't I? Why can't I take a little bit of a haircut, on my salary to really give a go at this thing? Why can't I go in and, make some type of sacrifice if I have the greatest player of all time standing in front of my face willing to make the sacrifice? And for me, I think that is the greatest separator between Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. Aaron Rodgers is not willing to do anything to win. Aaron Rodgers is about himself. He's about his money. And he has always blamed the organization. He's always blamed his coaches for why he hasn't been able to get it done. But in my opinion, he's never been willing to make the sacrifice to get it done. And Tom, his entire career, he's never wanted to be the highest paid player. Never. He has always been willing to put in the work. He's always been willing to sacrifice. He's always been willing to put himself out on a limb for guys, to give them a second chance. Guys like Antonio Brown, right? Tom will invite you to live in his house. He will give you free room and board. He'll say, hey, come live with me and Giselle, the wife and kids. Move on in. Let's make this work. Let's figure this thing out together. That's always been Tom. Tom has been a great GM. And Aaron Rodgers has not done this. Aaron Rodgers has driven people away. And this is a huge separator. And my opinion is this attitude, it's destroying the Green Bay Packers. I mean, you look at the Packers roster right now. Are they going to be better? Do they have any chance of being better than they were this year? Or do you think that they're on a pathway to the Super Bowl? I mean, Aaron Rodgers, he's going to be there collecting his $50 million. But what has he really accomplished other than getting more money in his bank account? He'll go out, he'll put up his numbers, he'll complain about the roster, complain about the coach. Maybe he'll try to force a trade. But he's not bringing anything home to Green Bay, So honestly, I mean, if that's the way that he's going to be, it's kind of a waste, for the Packers to have brought him back, under these conditions when, you're losing out on a lot of other talent and you're having this selfish leader that's really not unifying everybody and not rallying everybody around the same type of mission and the same type of goal like Tom Brady is. But what do you guys think? I'm curious to hear how you guys weigh in on this conversation. Do you think that Aaron Rodgers is a selfish player? Do you think that he is the factor that has prevented the Packers from achieving perennial greatness? Do you think that his attitude, perspective, the way that he goes out, amongst his business is what has kept him from being one of the true greats like Tom Brady? Because look, if you're looking at pure talent, Aaron Rodgers is far more talented. He has more talent. He's a better thrower of the football. He's more agile, right? He's a better athlete. He is a more talented quarterback, but he is nowhere near as great, and it is all to do with his mental approach to the game. But what say you? Get at me in the comment section below. I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.